So we get asked about applications on the floor, and in this week's Bunkai Strategies we're just going to take the most simple idea, because it shouldn't actually be very much different to what you do stood up. If you've got one game for on the floor and one game for when you stood up, then you have to play very different games. But if you do your karate and you like your applications because they're working close, then you can very easily use the same logic and the same system on the ground. So there are all sorts of different positions that people can take up on the floor. What we're interested in today is that someone would be trying to control me, and they might very well have their hands on my throat, because that's the sort of thing that people do when they try and shove someone on the floor. Right, so rather than a side mount or anything particularly grappling-ish, we're looking at a self-defense kind of situation. So when we come down through here like this, the attacker's either going to be sitting on you or between your knees, and today we're going to use them sitting on us. So the attacker is sitting on me, and he could be trying to control my hands, but if he's controlling my hands, he can't control my feet. So I can very easily make sure that I'm not using dead legs, but I've got my feet ready to roll, and my base is made, and then it's moving your body so that the attacker is pushed off by the use of your legs. So if the hands aren't controlled, if he is trying to take my throat, then this is obviously very dangerous, because I won't be able to breathe for very long. So I'm going to need to do something about that straight away. We like to use this, but you've got to protect your face and watch out for that head coming down on you. So from here, I'm going to take this arm here, and I'm pulling that across me, and then I'm taking his shoulder, and I'm pushing it over here, and that is effectively giving me Gidambarai, stepping out to the side, and therefore I'm doing it on the floor. And the use of stance is the use of my legs to push and roll. I'm controlling the angles because I've got one elbow going one way, shoulder rolling the other, and it's just doing Gidambarai lying down. Now, when they're trying to hit you, it's slightly different, because you've got to cover up, you've got to get in there and stop them from doing that first off, because if you don't, then you're going to get smacked about, and then you might not have the ability to respond. So that was this, to make sure I can breathe, because if you can't breathe, you can't fight. And then I'm pulling the elbow and rolling the shoulder down, and then that gives me Gidambarai applied from a floor or mounted position.